Okay, let's go. Oh, that's Scrim. Okay. Forgot about that.
Hmm.
Okay, Ryan. I like that you guys are trying to control this left area. It's very nice, and I like that you're also all in the same area. One minor thing I'd say, Chunky, is maybe we could look to control this left area instead a little bit more, or not
Hmm.
not the left, the right, this right space a little bit more. With you, Ryan, being a little bit aware that, or just being aware that Chunky's over here and could use some healing if needed. Uh, and that's about it, because otherwise the rest of you are all fine playing this angle. Maybe Rez tries to find some kind of flank. Maybe in some cases swap Rez and Chunky. But I'd like one of your DPS on this off angle to be trying to split their focus or attempting to split their focus. Like maybe make the soldier or make the monkey jump over here. And in that case, just dash or slide out and be ready to engage. So yeah, just try to find that off angle in some sense.
The objective is now.
Rez, you got to be careful doing this engagement alone. Uh, just how did we get here? That's a great early, and I like that we're being aggressive off of it. But Rez, we want to make sure that we're engaging where Quarked can also engage. Because we also saw Monkey jump over here. Monkey is your main counter here. And well, yeah, it's you see an open kill on the Kiri, you're alone. You're still alone.
The objective
And
is
I believe that looks like it'll cost you. Yeah, it costs you your life because we engage alone. Just make sure that we're waiting for Quarked, or even just Lucio to be with you. But nice point take. Sorry. Devin! Quiet. One second. The VC? The VC? No. Just let me do my thing. Too bad. I also like that you guys are attempting to control the space. Like moving from left to right and rotating to adjust to where they're trying to push. That's very nice on you guys, and I'm assuming that's all been coordinated because you guys are all moving together, and I really like that. Again, now that you guys are moving together, much better than you were when we first started, the thing that you guys could be looking to do is finding those off angles, those slight off angles, where mainly it'd either be not. Honestly, you have two DPS that can really take off angles really well. So really trying to find those, deciding based on the map, kind of which one would be better at taking them. Here, maybe like it would be okay. Maybe Chunky can take this left side a little bit aggressive, and Rye maybe you could be with him.
Okay.
Because just allow for that speed in case they recognize it, and pressure out this Lucio, and then now we have sights on this side, and then we have Quark's big ass on this side, and now we're shutting them down and pinching them in a little bit. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yes.
Hmm.
Okay.
We've been starting to pick that up a little bit now. Like
Okay.
we started like doing that a lot more in our games.
Yeah, that's good because you
So
guys
glad.
got the basics of the brawl down, and that's playing together. And now we could look to be maybe play a little bit more split with those off angles, but now just keep that engagement to get the mindset of being together on the engagement. So like as Quark turns this corner, Chunky, you'd also be turning this corner, meaning Lucio, assuming Lucio's not here. You'd also be turning this corner, ready to fight this, so that we're engaging together. Yeah, just so that we're engaging together, pretty much. Such a bad room to be trying to spectate. Very nice hold is first thing I could say. Yeah, here, Rye, we could just look to get out. This is just a hard
Dang.
reset. All of you just want to get out of here. We don't want to fight this at all. But Monkey is now killable. If the tank's ever going to overextend like this, he is your target. Nice. Now we can re-engage on that. No, Quark, we don't even need to hold this. We just step. Just keep walking forward. Now, they don't have a tank. Yep, there we go. We just walk on that. There you go. Very nice retake. Chunky, I like that you weren't overly aggressive here, seeing that the Winston was holding this angle. If something that you guys wanted to coordinate here was communicating Winston on the right side, Quark, you could look to pressure this right side, and then you two just flip-flop, pretty much. So the main squad would go here, watch this Winston, and then Soj would come over here. Granted, ignore everything that's already happened in the past like 2 seconds, aka window and shit. Care the slide in though, Chunky. We didn't really need to do that, so we don't really want to waste that, or like waste it in the sense that we could possibly get picked off by a team that takes advantage of it. But overall, again, nice hold, and I like that you guys are also holding where your comp favors, instead of like holding back here, where it's going to be a little bit harder for Quark to get value, or something like here. Quark's going to struggle to get value here. Quark can hold this close range section, where he could easily get good strong fire strikes, good shatters, and whatnot. And good hammer hits, because it's close range, and they're forced to be in close. Want to make sure that coordination is there and communicating that target. That's nice on you guys. Main thing though, like what I mean by that is, yeah, Quark, rub it off. It got blocked. Okay, now we want to move on. We're still somewhat together, so let's coordinate who's next. We want to walk on this Lucio? Maybe. We want to walk on this Visor? Maybe. We want to walk on Winston? Maybe. Kiri? Maybe. So Genji? Maybe. We just need to make sure, as a team, we are all walking on that target. Whether it's mainly, in my opinion, it should be the Visor. We're all fully capable of looking and killing him. Okay, like Nifty, Chunky, Quarked. We all got vision on this Visor because he's just standing in the middle point. This is an easy pick. So obviously, we all walk on him. Then, who's the next easiest pick? Is it going to be Lucio at the time? Is it going to be Winston? Is it going to be one of those two? We need to determine that and just keep swapping that target. See, we get that pick. Now who? Oh, Nifty's getting pressured out by a Winston. We all go rotate over there. Now Chunky's getting pressured out because Nifty's now fine. We go pressure the blade. And just making sure that we're continuing on that support and supporting each other as best we can. But overall, you guys are playing this very well. Your coordination or your team play is very nice.
Okay. Yeah, I definitely think that's something we can improve on with our comms, is when everyone presses Q, we panic.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of ult usage. Like when a lot goes on in the game instead of just dry fighting. Yeah, it could get a little panicky. Do you guys ult track? Is something that you guys might...
Yes.
Okay. Are we ready? Like, here's the thing. We can ult track, and then we could react. Then we could be aware that they have the ult. Like, yes, we could, it's Nifty, right? The ult tracks for you guys?
Yeah.
Yeah. Nifty could say they have Blade and Monkey up. But are we retaining, and are we going to make sure our next fight is ready to face either of those ults? Or are we just going to hear it and say, okay, they have the ults?
I think the most we do that is I prepare, like, my beat for the Blade. Something like that.
Okay.
But I don't think we have a plan, other than that.
So do you, so you guys need to work on your defense planning pretty much. While there is also engagement plans, there's also a defense plan that's required. And how, for starters, Quark, we talked about this a little bit. How's your engagement plan coming along normally?
I think they go pretty well.
Okay. What do you mean? Give me an example, like something that's. Just give me an example.
Today, attacking Nepal second point, I said, okay, let's hold, let's play point with a Ryan Brawl comp.
Okay.
And then we just kept walking point, and well, it worked out.
Okay. Yeah. So there's also, when it comes to engagement plans, where you want to engage is probably obviously the main thing, but then there's also how do you want to engage? Is there certain people that you want in certain spots, which is kind of like what I said, someone taking the off angle, is there certain abilities that we want to use or save for certain situations? Like speed is something that we could look to use that for. Immortality is something that we could look to use that for. Shield, even slide.
I try to call that in like rush more than this for like off angles.
Yeah, coordinating off angles and coordinating. It's something that you could do on every comp though. Not just on JQ, because you're just a little bit of a slower JQ rush, pretty much on Reinhardt, on the Rein comp that you guys run. So make sure that we're coordinating. Yeah, we want to hold here, but how do we want to hold here too? What are they running? What could they be? What could they be looking to do? It's kind of how you need to be thinking when you're thinking about your team's plan. What is their team's plan? How are they gonna take us? How can they engage us based on where we're fighting? And do you guys think about that? Is the next question.
Um,
Not really.
I think less so.
Yeah. And that's fine. It's a little bit more. It's a little bit harder to think about, but it's definitely something that you got to recognize on Brawl because it's very important. As you could see, you just faced a pseudo dive comp, mainly a dive comp actually. A dive Brawl comp with a focus on dive. So how does that team want to fight us? How does a dive want to fight a Brawl? Is really my first question. How do they want to fight a Brawl?
Probably picking off the supports.
Supports someone that has low mobility, no real escape options, and
Probably our BAP.
Yeah. Look for BAP. Look for baiting out
Slide.
or look for since they're running Winston, look for Rez, giving Rez with no dash, not really Quark to Ryan. So you guys could look to be a little bit aggressive because you're not the targets, but we also want to care. We want to be a little bit more cautious of Nifty. We want to be a little bit more cautious of Chunky, meaning we want to save our util for situations either to defend ourselves, like for Chunky, saving Slide to get out of that Winston jump, or for Nifty, we want to save our util to get to her and support her in some way. Like maybe Nifty may not want to play up here because Reinhardt can't really get up here and support if that Winston decides to jump. Just kind of thinking about how can they engage us. So we can and will determine how we want to position and defend and set up for our defenses and engagements. Does that make sense to you guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that'll take a little bit more thinking. And I'm not sure if you guys will have it down in like, what is it, 8 days now? 9 or 8 days? But definitely if you guys could start working towards that, obviously you guys should have a decent time against Niagara. But Marish, do you guys definitely want to put up a good fight against them? And show them that you guys have definitely made improvement this year. So if you guys can start thinking about how does Marist, even just looking at how does a JQ comp want to come to you guys? How do they want to fight you on that JQ comp? Because you guys run JQ. So that should be easy for you guys to think about. Are we going to mirror them? Okay. How do you fight a mirror? How do you fight the JQ mirror? How do we fight the JQ on the current Ryan comp that we're on? Is what you guys want to be starting to think about when it comes to that. And then it also comes into you can incorporate how do we want to fight a JQ mirror on Samoa. Thinking about it like that when you get more comfortable thinking about the how do we want to fight certain comps. Also, just as a statement, this isn't our full B team. Franken and Suslord are not on the team.
Okay.
I'm very confused as to why they're in, and I do not remember, to be honest.
5, 4, 3, 2,
But oh well. Okay. I like that we're using res as a little bit of a bait here, but we need to make sure that we're being quick off it. Quick off the res bait. Ryan, let's make sure that we remember be with Quark the entire time when we're on JQ.
Yeah, at the beginning I was rolling out to get intel, but I was just slow to catch up.
Yeah, that's fine. Okay. Yeah, we just want to, Reg, you just want to be careful and make sure that in case they were like on a different tank, because Reinhardt can be scary, or isn't that scary, because he's a melee character. So, but like if they were also running a JQ, Reg, you might have gotten picked off, because we were playing kind of in the open. So Rez mainly just let's make sure that we play this corner, or if we want to poke and pressure them, maybe play up here. You have this disengage option back here. You could drop if you need to, but you also have the ability to re-engage when ready. So yeah. Overall, nice job. Rez, carry your soft engage here, or your main engage, not even soft. I like that you have the idea of going in. However, again, like I said, wait for your team. Wait for your team. You seem to have a little bit of a patience issue, which I think definitely Quark, you can make sure that he works on by coordinating. Tell Rez to wait a second before going in, or Rez could ask Quark, are we ready to go in? Just more or less making sure that we're engaging together, not stagger engagement like we currently are, because it looks like Rez might die here. Never mind. Okay.
Yeah,
I
I
forgot.
was gonna say because I thought he got out.
Yeah,
somehow.
I forgot
A
the
better
D-
DPS
the
lineup.
D- yeah, the DPS line is 2 bronzes. So yeah, a
Wow.
better DPS line would have picked that off. Or yeah, just in general. But yeah, it's the point still stands of Rez. You want to make sure that you're not going in alone, kinda, or going in before Quarked, and make sure that we're going in with Quarked and not before. And then the same for you, Quarked. You want to make sure that you're going in with Rez and or with Chunky, but not before or after them. Obviously the same for you, Chunky. Good kite. But now we could look to be re-aggressive, yep. Target coordination here. Target coordination. Good job. Very nice. Okay. Give me a plan. What was communicated here, or what could be communicated here? How do we want to fight this?
I believe I suggested a flank through this building on the right, but that could have been only the last fight.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we take a fight very far up here, if I
Okay.
remember right.
But forget about how we do it. What
Right.
would we like to do right now? Now that it's in the past, and now that we could see everything, how would we like to fight this? Based off right now.
So Adrian could probably take an off angle on this car, as like they push through,
Okay.
and me and Genji could probably try to. I don't know. I think I recommended pushing through the house and trying to get on their back line.
Okay. So you mean
I just
you
think
mean
I think we were optimistic about them going either right or we were kind of just. I think we were just more like standstill waiting.
I think
like,
they
we
go
had the
right,
plan,
or
we
they.
were figuring out what they were gonna do, and then we felt that.
Mhm.
'Cause I know we did say like I don't know what happened with me, but I know I think I don't know who recalled it, but someone did say like if they went right, let's do this. Like
Okay.
so we were prepared for them to go another direction, but we were
Okay.
kind of just waiting on it.
Yeah. As long as we had some form of plan, great. But best case, obviously, I kind of like what Quarked is saying. We have someone go over here. Not you though, Quarked. I'd like you to stay main. This would be something. This would actually be an opportunity for Ryan. You could take Chunky and go left or right here, and play this off angle. You guys have the speed and the disengage to regroup with the team, because Quarked, you'd obviously be looking to kite here if they pushed you, and then you just kite back to point, and now boom, you have Ryan and Chunky right here, and then we could look to play the kill box or the kill line around here. You know, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then obviously it'd be you got to play a little bit of a 3-2 split in this situation, which isn't bad. So it's kind of more just watching both angles instead of like waiting to see what they do. We're prepped and ready for them to do either come main or come here, because even if they push this their left side, you guys can still disengage and come here while Quark steps up here and is now okay. Now you guys are ready for this fight. Still keeping those angles and surrounded on them. You know?
Yeah.
Okay. I take it that's one of the situations where you guys just kind of played the game instead of like communicated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's obviously a lot's gonna work out because it's an endgame ult fight. And you guys have more ults than them. So hopefully you guys win the ult with ult advantage. But we want to make sure that we're still trying to coordinate who is the target, and so that who is that target and what is that target. So, yeah, let's just make sure that we're trying to do that. As well as popping both DPS ults at the same time. As a general statement, I know you guys probably don't do that normally, but we can try to avoid that. Because it could, both DPS ults, especially like Blade and OC, they're kind of the same thing. So we're going to look to get the same amount of value out of them. So we don't really want to like overuse them or like overdo it with getting placing both.
Especially against beat, right?
Yeah, we could look to use one to get out the beat, and then once the beat's out, then we can pop the other. Order doesn't really matter. It's really map and situation based as to which is better, which you guys would determine on your own in your own.
I think it's just like you said. I think it's just like we gotta probably like talk on that because I think it was just like from Rez's angle he used Blade first,
Yeah.
but from my angle I'm like, oh, I got an easy shot from the back right here. So
Yeah,
then
and that's what ult tracking comes from. Okay. Because ult tracking is also what ults do we have online is something that we could do in ult tracking, including in our engagement plan. What ults do we want to use? If we want to early ult, do we want to aggress beat here? Do we want to aggress beat Blade here? Do we want to early Kitsune? Do we want to early JQ ult here? Something like that. Or do we want to save an ult for something? Or do we want to not use an ult specifically? Is all things that we could be looking to communicate. Oh, we're fight. Ah, here we are. Okay. Very nice. Quark, let's remember we want to make sure that we're, while yes, we are a tank and we have a lot of health, we want to make sure that we're still playing those corners. Because that's, you just barely get saved here by Nifty's Suzu. So instead of going all the way back here, play this corner. Just play this corner, play this angle. And try to play with res here. Because again, a better team will be able to take advantage of you making that kind of overextension of your peak. And you'll just take that extra damage. But very nice play, Chunky. Very nice triple. That's what I'm hoping to see out of you against Marist. Yeah, they do.
What?
This, yeah, Ryder or no, Ryder. Oh wait, oh my God, they don't play Marist.
No, we do. I
No,
think
you
we
don't.
did.
No, you don't.
Oh, they switched it again?
Unless things have
No, you're dumb.
changed.
Yek, you're an idiot.
No, they're done. What?
Yek, I'm looking at it
No, they
right now. It's on my
swapped it
screen.
again.
Play Niagara and then
What's the match?
We play
Yeah,
Niagara.
Niagara, and then,
Niagara,
and
then
then winner
Marist.
gets.
We were
winner-
supposed to
winner
play
gets-
Manhattan, and they swapped it again.
Yeah, they just swapped it again, or not again,
Oh,
but
I
this
know.
would
Well, no,
have
they
been.
swapped it earlier
yeah,
before.
This is final.
Saying
This should be final bracket though.
God, it's like you're too little.
they swapped it 4 times today already.
Unless they want to swap it again, I would prefer not to play.
I don't think
Yeah.
they need to. I don't think they need to.
I'm kidding.
I think
originally
this
it
is
was-
honestly the more fair fight for both sides. Because like yeah, you guys want to face
It's what
Fairfield.
should happen though. It's
guys-
because we're the 2 lowest, and we should
Yeah.
be playing.
I'm
We
hoping
should
to
be
see
fighting to play the
Ryder
highest.
for-
And like,
Yeah.
for this matchup right here.
Yeah, semis AC finals.
Ryder versus Ryder.
It's base. Iona versus Ryder would go crazy if you guys beat Marist. I'm scared if you guys meet Marist.
Yeah, I am too. I'm not gonna.
Because I don't know what
we beat Maris, we win the whole thing.
You've actually just been using me to get all my intel on Iona. Just to get
Little
my.
did you know.
yeah, these are fake VOD codes actually.
Uh-huh.
You guys have
We've
been
been-
throwing every VOD.
We've been doing what Mount St. Mary's been doing. We haven't actually been playing.
Yeah, we need more.
Or Mount actually just sucks this year. But we'll find out. Mount versus Quinny is going to be a fun match to watch, is all I can say.
I just don't know what time the matches are at.
Yeah, no, they're still working on that because Ranger wants to be in the booth with me for Mount versus Quinny.
Ooh.
I may do your guys' game versus Niagara. Might, I don't know yet. I just want to do one game though.
Be my hype man.
Yeah, you guys should do a game too. It's honestly kind of it's a fun experience, casting. So, if you guys have the time or want to have the time, you're more than welcome. Obviously, it's a student casting. Let's finish this up. Yeah, again, the over-aggression. Just again, it's the same as last time. Just watch your over-aggression. And Nifty, the TP Suzu, we got to be careful with, because it's something that we can do, but it's very risky to do. Because if we end up in the situation where this just happened and we aren't able to get out, we don't have Suzu or TP to exit that situation. If they were more aggressive on us. So pretty much what I mean by that, Nifty, is only do it if it's absolutely necessary, and try to avoid using both util at the same time, unless you know you can get out. Very nice. I like that you guys took the time to disengage and wait for your team to come back as well, instead of continuing the fight. That's a nice ult that we need to be aggressive on. Nice. Also nice. Keep with that. That's nice though. Very nice fight there, and good coordination.
This ends now.
Chunky, I like
We
the
called that out.
Yeah,
we,
yeah.
we called out the OC and we'd push into it once I.
Yep. The only thing I can say is, what do you think I could say here? What do you think? What is the only
Are you gonna
thing
say like
wrong with
target,
this
like
situation?
Reaper?
No, nothing to do. Just all positioning, all positioning. What's the positioning issue here?
In the open.
Not you. As a team.
To keep my friendship going.
As a team.
Is it because I pushed too early? Is it
No.
that it? Because no one's
No.
ready. No.
It's Ryan. You need to be with him.
Yeah, I think I'm coming up now.
Yeah. We want to be with him initially, not late.
Right.
Just because you have that ability in case he needs to slide out and he still can't get out, as well as the healing bonus. Because again, like I said, coordinated teams will look at this Sojourn alone, popping overclock. They will all collapse on her. Even if it's coordinated, they will all collapse on her and then re-engage the 5v4. Instead, we need to wait. We need to engage as a 2-3 split so that Chunky has support and is able to disengage and kite while having overclock up, and then you guys engage from behind. Or they decide to ignore you guys, engage forward, and Chunky comes in from behind. Something like that. You guys understand?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I think I'm underestimating like Lucio's healing, like when pocketing the Sojourn.
Yeah.
Like I just think of Aura, I want to
obviously-
hit everyone, but
You know, obviously, Chunky doesn't want to
I
like.
still think I popped it early too. I think
Yeah.
I still popped it a little early because I feel like we knew it was ready, but like if you look out, like Quark is still around.
I was not ready.
Like
Yeah. It's fine. It's fine. I like that you guys are able to tell me that this was planned out. Obviously, Chunky.
it was. I think I just, and like I said, I think I just went early
Yeah,
on
there's just some minor issues. Obviously, it could always be early. The team's not ready. And the main thing, Chunky, you want to make sure that you're still playing corners and playing angles. Because
Yeah.
we can't be aggressive here. Even because, number one, you don't have a Lucio. And even if you did have the Lucio can't out-heal a Reaper. So you want to make sure that you're still keeping your distance a little bit and trying to play the angles so that this Lucio can be beneficial to you.
I want to say I saw the Sojourn alone, and I think that's why I popped early. Like that's why he's like half, because I think he was just standing still
Yeah, okay.
at first. So then I think that's why I went early, but and I wasn't really thinking of.
Yeah,
Playing
and then it's the same thing that I say to Rez, patience. Just wait and ask.
Positioning my friend.
Make sure. Stop touching him. But yeah. So all minor issues, just Ryan, make sure that you're with him. Chunky, make sure that you're playing corners, and overall, make sure that we're all ready to do this engagement. But I like that you guys are able to tell me that this was planned, though. That's the good thing. It's better than Chunky just saying, "Oh, I just did this because I wanted to," and didn't coordinate this with the team. Ooh. Actual issue here. We do not slide across like that. We do that will get you killed all day.
They
How many
got.
times I probably got dove?
Why are there so many people behind me?
Why is Gabby 0 and 11, Ken?
What? I am voting you guys, yes, but
Ken,
not you guys
This is what I was
technically.
asking Gabby about.
Gabby,
is she
why
0
are
and
we
11?
0 and 11?
0 and 9 and.
There's support. Let's look at Pedro. Let's look at Pedro, who's 3 and 8.
Huh?
Wow, Pedro's actually.
I'd rather be 3 and 8 than 1 and 13
off.
for sure.
Stop looking.
Okay, to
Yo,
be honest,
Quark just cracked as fuck.
I did okay. That's good.
Hey.
They were shit.
Quark is good.
Yeah.
Are you done
Is that the
with
one
this?
where? it
Yeah,
was
I'm
me,
done.
Tony?
Yeah, that's the only map.
No, it was you and
Okay.
Cameron.
Can I finish this? Because
Oh, lock in,
they're just
lock
kind of sitting here listening to this. Okay.
hello.
Yeah. Chunky, let's just make sure that we're not using slide. It's the same for a lot of you guys with your movement util or movement abilities. We don't want to cross like high pressure situations like that. We don't want to just like cross the enemy team, because they'll see, yeah, you slid from here to here. Now you're still very close to this fight,
Yeah.
and you don't have your disengage. So that's what, obviously, as I keep saying, better teams will be able to take advantage of. and then Chunky, you'd find yourself dead.
Yeah, I want to say it was the Reaper that made me slide out towards, I think, across. But like I said, I mean, I think I wasn't thinking right away, like in that half-second split,
Yeah.
because I was thinking, I was like, if I slide backwards, I'm gonna be stuck back there with a Reaper
And
rather
then
than.
this is fine. It's fine though. It's fine though. Do you know the
Mhm.
map? Do you know the map? There's a Mega back here.
Yeah.
There's a Mega right here. You're
Yeah,
fine
I think
playing
it's
this.
just.
You can keep your distance from a Reaper because Reaper has a range. You don't have a range, and
Yeah.
you need to recognize that as a Sojourn. You could play outside of Reaper's range and keep him. You basically pretty much just keep him here because if he steps on you, you just keep kiting, and then your team takes on a 4v4 without their Reaper.
Mhm.
Let's make sure that target coordination is there. Good counter beat. Very nice counter beat. I like it.
Thanks.
We want to make sure that we're supporting res here. Whenever we pop a DPS ult like that, especially a little bit dry, we want to make sure that we're supporting it as best as we can to try to maximize its value. It'd be the same if Chunky was playing Overclock, which is kind of why I said I want Rai over here with him. We want to try to play the same with res, support him as best he can. Res is kind of the target caller now because he's our main kill potential. So if Res is calling Civinity, Quarked, yeah. Well, you could probably pick him off in time, but try to get to Civinity instead of looking at the soldier, obviously. So try to support Res as best you can in getting his kills in order to maximize the ult usage and win that fight. Nice swoop. And nice one. Okay. So things that you guys could look to work on over the next little over a week. Obviously you could start playing a little bit more split, taking those off angles as both your DPS. Res individually, you could start working on playing a little bit more patient and waiting for the team, as well as you guys could start working on your planning a little bit more and thinking a little bit through. In that sense, when I mean planning, I also mean thinking about what is the enemy planning to do coming into you guys. How do they want to play? How do they want to play into you guys? So not directly stating it out loud to the team, but more or less stating it in your plan. We want to hold here because they can do this, or this, or something like that. You understand what that means, or kind of what I mean by that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Quarked, you could look to do that. Any of you really, actually, not just Quarked, but whoever really is just going to coordinate how you guys want to do that engagement, base it off of their comp and what ults they have, not just what you guys have and what you guys are capable of. Base it off what the enemy is capable of as well, because that's also very important as to how fights can go. Any questions?
No, that sounds good. Thank you.
What about you two? Anything?
Mm-mm. I think I learned a lot from what I need to do.
Okay.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
we definitely need to practice the Sojourn and Lucio.
Yeah.
Um,
And
yeah,
that's fine.
it's something we've been trying to do, but
I think-
we always
I
just end up
think it-
grouping instead.
Mm-hmm.
It's a
I
little
just
bit
think it's the
situational,
only
though.
time we're also trying these are in these matches. Especially in this scrim, we tried it a lot. It just was getting shut down every time.
Well, if you're talking about today, going up against GMs is
Yeah,
not going to help you guys work on things.
Yeah.
But yeah, because it's also for Ryan, it's you. You need to recognize. Well, obviously Chunky, if you want to take an off angle, mainly if I'm going to use an example like the Sojourn, or when you overclocked, you could ask Ryan, come with me. I want to take this off angle so we can ult.
Before
That's
I,
something that you could do. Yeah. Before you even take the off angle, just tell Ryan, come with me. Otherwise, Ryan, you can kind of decide, is my Sojourn trying to be aggressive here? If yes, okay, I could be with Ryan. I mean, I could be with Chunky. Or is Chunky just kind of playing with the team? Okay, then I could be looking to support. Or is Chunky just being a little bit more passive? Is he playing with the team? Okay, then I could be with Quarked. I could speed Quarked around, trying to get him to his areas. So that's something that you could look to work on as individually, Ryan. Okay.
Gotcha.
Otherwise, I don't really think I have anything else to say.